to the action. By the way, so
we are actually live right now, guys. So,
but go ahead, please finish what you were saying.
I was just gonna say, you know, it is hard to get a kill like that onto that player, but it can be good if you play some mind games with it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm okay with that. I'm all right with mind games. I think that that's a very key part of Shootmania when it comes to movement and how you fake out the defender as an attacker. But I felt like they were just attempting that way too much, and they were having a little bit more success with that, with going to the right side. But then again, though, it was just a very defensive-heavy map. Nothing was happening, so I do agree with that whole strategy. I'm just at least giving it a try. Now the goal's going to be live, and Vanta caps it. First round in the bag. Vanta gets the attack round win. Very good stuff by him, opening up nicely for Dignitas. This was another Dignitas choice, so they chose Daybreak. Like Ryan had said, and speaking to the team earlier in the week, they had mentioned that they just pick a map randomly based on or if they know that the other team isn't good at it. We don't know if that's their real strategy or they were just like what was it, sandbagging? I was gonna say snowballing. Whoa, look at this AKM actually going to pressure on inside of the spawn, but he's gonna get taken out by all three members of Dignitas.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy defense round, so it's a good start for Dignitas. They actually have the first lead in any of the maps so far. I believe that is the case. Yeah, I think it is. So Dignitas is looking to turn things around. They're not out quite yet. They are down 2-0 in maps, so Colwn's looking good in this best of 5. But you can't count these UK guys out, man. They're gritty.
Yeah, and the funny thing, by the way, because wow. It's just like target practice. The funny thing that I wanted to point out was that in the new Royal servers, right, you can't actually spawn camp.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because when you go into the spawn itself, it just deactivates your rocket. So, yeah.
Okay.
So it makes me wonder if they did that here with Daybreak. If they had done that and added that addition, if Porbally is one who made Daybreak, right? So if he had added that addition to it, or added that feature to the spawn, I wonder how different this map will play defensively. But now Zacubus gonna get taken out 2-1 now. Very good play by Sturmy. He just comes up clutch on defense, man. Like he's just one of those all-around great players. But yeah, I mean, like, what do you think? Like that would be pretty interesting if they eliminated the spawn deactivation.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know if it would be the best idea for Elite or a map like this, because I mean, it's interesting because I mean, people use that as a little defensive area that they can sit in and get a good vantage point. But I think we'd see more players playing either at the rail pad or right above the point, probably. Ooh, missing that long range shot by only 7 centimeters. So Wins is he's honing in on some of these defenders here from Dignitas, and he's looking like he might try to jump over the spawn, looking for that defender there. He's not able to find him, really missing that one by 9 centimeters. So he's close here, but he hasn't quite landed one of these shots yet. He still has 3 armor though, so it's looking pretty decent. As I say that, he gets hit by Zacubus, and again in the face by Zacubus, and one more time by Zacubus. So good defense.
So Zacubus right there. Zacubus. Just going back to that point about the spawns and the weapons, I would like to probably see that tested. I don't think that it'll hurt because it'll force a little bit more movement. I feel like the map is pretty much met its like it's not going to grow anymore than what it is right now. And it's a great map too, like with great positioning. But like, for example, the laser pad pretty much becomes absolutely useless because of the fact that they're just going to hang up over by the top. The L wall works perfectly fine. I get hanging by the goal. But having that one defender by spawn, I mean, could change things up a little bit and mix up strategy. But yeah. So that's just my perspective on it. I've been playing a crap ton of Shootmania, guys. I don't know if you... Whoa! Nice shot by Sturmy with the triple tap from a distance. I can't even believe he got that shot.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I mean, NVC pretty much just like saw those rockets coming and then like jumped into him. He's like trying to play catch. It's like, this is not football, dude. You're not supposed to hit all the balls, But yeah, that's fine. Now we got Sturmy here. He's trying to get things tied up a little bit. And if he gets his attack round, you know, put Colwn in a pretty strong position in the overall match. They are up 2-0 right now, so good for them. Sturmy taking 1 point of damage though pretty quickly there. He's gonna, ooh, he almost ran into that spam right there as well. I mean, it is kind of hard when you're over here. You got a guy spamming the left, you got a guy spamming the right, and then you got that one defender right there on MVC that he did just take out. So it's looking a little bit better for Sturmy. He's got 8 seconds left before the polls open, and he's got both the defenders right in front of him. Ooh, he misses that shot, and he paid for it. Zacubus just rushed out and took him out pretty easily right there.
Yep, ending that round there, 4-2. Dignitas looking pretty solid in this game number 3. This is their tournament life right now. Their opportunity to go to IPL 6. You know, granted, Colwn having a difficult time. It's not a cakewalk, I would say, as it has been seen previously for Colwn. They were the most dominant team in Europe, actually the most dominant Shootmania team, period.
Yeah.
I mean, they show that at IPL 5, taking out everyone. But it just seems like this time around, this is a much different Colwn. Maybe the players have just gotten that much better, which I would like to say that the players have just gotten that much better because they've been putting in the work. And look at Vanta.
Yeah, and actually, when I was talking to Dignitas, they thought that the reason that Colwn didn't, well, maybe one of the reasons that Colwn didn't advance in the first qualifier was because since they changed the pings, they actually. So Sturmy's Italian, and the two brothers are both French, and they don't. I mean, they all speak pretty good English, but it's not like tip-top shape. So they were saying that since they kind of used to just not really communicate too much, just because they had pings and they could see where the players were for a longer time. But since they shortened the duration on the ping, Dignitas speculated that their communication probably isn't as good now as it used to be because they actually have to have that conversation more so in English, I guess, is what they probably use. So that's kind of an interesting little tidbit of information that the Dignitas guys were telling me about.
That could be very true. I mean, there have been some adjustments to the game in the article that I wrote yesterday. Great shot by AKM, by the way. We'll cover that in just a sec. AKM lining this one up beautifully, and he's going to get the shot for the 4-4. Very good stuff by AKM to tie this game up. So I have to give him credit on that one because he set himself up beautifully to pretty much clean up all those shots, and the Dignitas players were in some terrible positions, and that's why they ended up paying for that one. But to touch base on what you were saying in that article that I had wrote about the 5 things you should know about the Shootmania open beta, if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, it's at ign.com/IPL. But pretty much the thing that I was mentioning was that this game is so different from what it once was a couple months back. Back in IPL 5, there weren't wall jumps, there weren't laser shooting rockets, we didn't have the new textures, we didn't even have these new maps. Like, everything was pretty much just real standard affair. The movement wasn't like it is now. Like, everything's just so much different. And on top of that too, they adjusted things like pinging, which newer players coming into it, that's not going to matter much to them. It's going to boil down to more or less communication. But the pinging thing, that's going to be that is a big deal. And if that is going to be affecting Colwn's performance, granted, the thing for me is that at the end of the day, when it boils down to it, this 1v3 wins is a great attacker. He will win. You know what I mean? Like, hence his name. But he will do what he can, when he's out there by himself. That's why I really do enjoy this game type. I'm a big fan of, just games that you have to pretty much control your own fate. You're not the one that is being, I guess, controlled by the success of, 3 or 2 other teammates. Except on defense, I can understand that portion of it. But we'll cover base about that a little bit later. I know I'm rambling. I just have a lot of perspectives on things.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of clutch situations in this game.
Sorry, and StarCraft.
Yeah, oh yeah, those are great games, and that's why there's just so many clutch situations in this game. Like right now for the attackers, especially when it's tied up.
MVC's my new favorite. He didn't just do that. You heard that, right?
Yes, I did. that was very nice. But yeah, there's just so many clutch situations in this game, and it makes it for a great spectator sport. And we got MVC here going on the right side. He's gonna try to give Dignitas the lead again here on this attack round. He's trying to jump up here. There you go. He finally gets it. He's looking over at Sturmy at the shooting a little rocket there. Sturmy's chilling at the spawn, guys. I think he's having tea back there, maybe. I'm not too sure. But we got, MVC running into some rockets, but he does take out AKM, so good job. Sturmy's rotating over to the point. He makes it over there safely as, Wins gets taken out right there. Or, yes, he did get eliminated. And wow, so Sturmy now, he's got the chance to put his team in the lead a bit here as far as the attacking rounds go. And let's see if he can make anything happen here.
Yep, and take a look at the defensive position once again. It's going to be the same exact thing that we see before. You know, defender holding down the L fence, one defender hanging out by the goal, and one by the spawn. That's why I was saying what I was saying earlier. Now, Sturmy here is going to be hanging out right on the mid-bridge. He's going to miss a laser by 47 centimeters. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first-person perspective here. Sturmy approaches from the top, but he's going to get propped up in the air. They're losing 2 armor. Might be able to connect with that laser, but cannot. Sturmy now waiting to see if he can get this one defender to rotate and expose himself. This is going to be pretty big. You know, the defender knows that he can't move because that laser is going to be fully charged. Sturmy goes for the charge. Defender has to rotate. Sturmy might be able to get this, make this one into a 75, and he does. Wow. Very good stuff by Sturmy. 7-5 is the count. And I tell you this much, Sturmy is just the epitome of consistency, I swear.
Yeah, he is a beast, man.
Always a good player. You never have to worry about him. You know, it's funny in watching Cypher play on Millennium, who we're going to see play in a little bit. Sturmy obviously has more time put into this game, so I don't, you know, dispute that by any means. But it's going to be very scary when a player like Cypher, you know, picks it up and just starts getting warmed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another team that I'm really scared of is Team DM as well. Yeah. With the Rumor 04. Great shot by Vanta, by the way, taking out AKM. Now it's going to be a 2v1. 3 armor remaining for Vanta here. Knowing that one defender is going to be in the spawn, another by goal. Vanta is going to try and go for the challenge by the spawn point. Can't seem to connect with that one. Throwing down the laser by the bridge. Now both defenders by the bridge here. Vanta going in. 11 seconds on the clock, and he's going to get pegged. Very good play there. 8-5 for Colwn. They could very well take this one.
Yeah, that was a little triple tap right there at the end by Wins. AKM has the chance right now to finish things off for his team. You know, Dignitas is not in a great situation at all right now. They are down 0-2 in maps. If they lose this map, if they lose this round, they are out of the tournament. They do not qualify. In this qualifier, there is one more European qualifier after this where 2 teams from that will qualify. But, you know, it's going to be hard, man. There's so many good teams in Europe, and AKM is actually back behind the spawn a little bit over here. He's going to try to, he's kind of stuck here in the pit, so he's not in a great situation right now. He's got a couple of the defenders here. They're all kind of shooting down on him right now. He doesn't have any open shots. He's trying to shoot through the fence right there. That would have been nice.
That kill. That just would have been so disrespectful.
Yeah, so disrespectful. Oh, he's missing that open shot. The point's now open, though. He's going to probably have to try to get that capture. But no, he gets taken out right there by Zacubus. So Dignitas is holding on at least a little bit longer right here, and Zacubus has to win this round or else his team will lose the match.
Yep, Zacubus, the pressure is on him. Their fate, their chances of going to IPL 5 rest on his mouse. Yes. So Zacubus, though, that rocket never stood a chance. Let's see what's going to happen here as Zacubus going up the gut now, knowing that defender is going to be by the spawn. He has to play this one as slow as possible and hope to God that someone makes a mistake. Zacubus now already losing 2 armor by Sturmy over by the spawn, and that is going to be a great connection by Sturmy. Wow, unbelievable. Didn't expect that last rocket to connect. That
no, me neither. Not at all. That was crazy, man.
Shocking.
This is all 3 from long range. That happened earlier in the match too. Was that